reporting.
Red 2, standing by.
Red 11, standing by.
Red 5, standing by.
This is it, the final stage of Matt's X-Wing restoration. We're going to restore his childhood toy to its original glory. The first thing we have to do is cut out the stickers, and that was the cause of the delay. We couldn't find a good Star Wars X-Wing decal sheet, surprisingly enough. We finally sourced one out of Australia, and we're going to get to work. We're going to cut the stickers out, we're going to put the accessories on, and we're going to see what the end result is. You always find X-Wing cannons bent, so what we're going to do is boil them in water and then hold them in the straight position and then wait for them to cool off. When we let go, if we're lucky, they'll stay straight. You got to be careful with this because the steam is hot. It looks like the boiling water treatment worked really well. We've got some very straight cannons here at this point. You're never going to get them perfect, but I think we've gotten them really close and it's going to look great for display. And it's good to have a little wear on them because, you know, Matt's X-Wing isn't perfect. It's coming back from the flames, and we want it to have a little bit of that decades-old wear on it. So I think this is going to work out well. We also have an original canopy that we're going to put on Matt's X-Wing. This is an original white X-Wing canopy. The reason you can tell that, if you're ever looking for one, is the white X-Wings had perfectly clear canopies that tend to yellow a little bit or a lot over time. If you ever find a vintage X-Wing canopy and it looks more smoky, then that would indicate that it's for the battle damaged X-Wing, the gray X-Wing. But the ones that aren't smoky, the ones that are just clear or slightly yellowed, those are for the original. So that just slips on like so. So now we have our canopy, and let's put on our cannons. Anytime now. This wing assembly is working out great. Don't ever expect your canopy to stay on when you flip the X-Wing over. They are notorious for not staying on, so don't think that that's a failing on your part. They just never do. All right. All right. That is an improvement. Now let's get on to the decals.
Our sticker sheet from Australia finally arrived. Now I get to cut it into pieces. I love sharp pointy things. I find that it's easier to cut with the ruler laying on top of the image that you want to use, the sticker you want to use. So I've got the yellow here, and then I put the ruler right on top of it. It makes it easier for you to control the cut, or at least it is for me. It looks like a yellow crayon.
As always, we use a vintage original as the model for the stickers to make sure that they're properly oriented and that I'm not going to screw this up in any major way. But this is usually very nerve-wracking because we have one set of stickers. This is a demo sheet that had the wrong colors, and so we adjusted it. But we want to make sure that we get the stickers properly placed and unripped. So I'm going to be quiet now and concentrate. I think the result speaks for itself. Matt's X-Wing is back from the dead. This toy looked worse than Juan's Snowspeeder when it showed up. It really rivaled it as far as its condition. But as you can see, it's completely repaired. Everything's functional, all the way down to the laser on the front. The wings work. It looks great. I couldn't tell it apart from my vintage X-Wing when I had them side by side. We're really proud of this restoration, and you know, it's not out of the box perfect, and we like it that way because Matt's X-Wing was his childhood survivor, just like Juan's Snowspeeder, and so we left a little bit of Matt's history on it for him, not picking the perfect parts, but the parts that would match up with it, and it lives on. And you know, a lot of people say, well, you spent more on repairing this X-Wing than you could have just spent on getting another vintage one complete. That's true. And if I had just been going out there to find one, then that's what I would have done. I wouldn't have bought a Hulk and then fixed it up. But that's not why this one was repaired. This one is still with its childhood owner. And you can't replace that. So it's worth the investment. It's worth putting it back together. And I'm glad Matt sent it to the RetroBlasting team for us to do this for him. So Matt, this X-Wing is going back to you. And I hope that this time for the next 35 years, you'll continue to cherish it, but in a gentler way, please. So thanks for watching this restoration, and we'll see you on the next one.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. For the first time in my life, I see I need love. There I was, giggling about the games that I had played with many hearts, and I ain't saying no names. Okay, I'm done.